First and foremost, you obviously explained all the kids with this great class, but just for you personally, I know you won a lot of Coach of the Year awards, but the Bobby Dodd Award has to mean so much to you. Your dad won it. You've got your coin, his coin in your pocket. You coach with it. What did that one specifically mean to you? And can you take me through the emotions when you got the news?
When I got the news, they don't make it public. They tell you before. And they did it. They called Rick George. So Rick George came and told me. And that was really, and I was really glad that he was able to be the one to tell me. It was surreal. At the same time, every one of these awards, and it's beyond truth, it goes to all our players, all our coaches, everybody involved. But that was one award as when I started coaching that you kind of set goals out there. I wanted to be a head coach. But that was one award when I became a head coach. I said it'd really, really, really be special if I could get that. And then with Dad passing, I said, he's not going to get to see it if it ever happens. And then for it to happen in the year that he passed was extremely emotional for me, to say the least.
You deserve it. There's no question about it. Now, on the recruiting front, obviously the facilities are now state of the art. They're as good as anybody's in the country. Practice facility, the Champion Center, the redo of Dal Ward, obviously for the Olympic sports, and your success on the field. How did you see that translate into what you were doing on the recruiting trail?
Well, we had a good, excellent class going before the season started. But, I always said, the more games you win, it cements those young men. It gets more people interested, more other players. And I thought that, of course, this year, what we had been saying and doing all came to fruition. So they saw that we were building something special, and it was going to be special, and they could compete for championships at a phenomenal place to go to school with great academics. And so that made it even more special. And then and we want to be always in the Pac-12 championship game. We want to win the Pac-12 championship game. We want to play in the Rose Bowl. We want to do all those type of things. And I was saying that, and they're going, yeah. And they could feel it, but now they could tangibly see it. And so now this young men jumped in, and with the other guys that we have here, we'll keep it moving and keep it going. So I think it just really, what I'd say, it put the cement in between the bricks of the house is what it did.
You have said a couple of times you're either getting better or you're getting worse. Nothing stays the same. You said that here today. So take us through what you feel like you need to improve on as a team, and how does this class specifically help in that direction?
Well, you go back to square one and you look at everything, and we're reviewing all the film and doing all that. Some of the things that we felt like we needed to improve, I said earlier, is we felt like we needed to get a little bit more athletic on the offensive line. So, the teams that beat us this year, I think all four of them will be ranked in the top 8 in the country when the polls come out next year. They're very excellent football teams. We beat a lot of top 20 teams. So for us to make the jump to be staying in the top 10, we were in there for a while, but to stay up there, the thing that I noticed is the D-lines and the offensive lines, when you play those upper echelon teams, were more athletic than we were all the time, and we needed to boost that up. And with us kind of climbing up the food chain, really that's where you climb up the food chain, is at the O-line and the D-line. Everybody thinks it's the skill guys and all that. You can get skill guys, and you can get good quarterbacks if you evaluate right. You can, okay? And we've got good skill guys. We've got good quarterbacks. But that next level, those big guys are hard to find. And why is the offensive tackle a lot of times it's a quarterback, or it's an offensive tackle, or it's a great D tackle that are drafted high, or a great defensive pack. So that's where we've climbed up the food chain, and we did that this year in this recruiting class, and that will pay huge dividends where we can control the clock, put some teams away, give our quarterback a little bit more time to run. Maybe the guy's not quite in his pocket and the ball sails high and everybody's yelling at the quarterback, but really got pushed in the pocket. And so I believe that that's an area we've made a significant challenge and change in.
I think Clayton Adams is going to put that on a loop and give it to Shiv every single day. Linemen are important, wide receivers aren't. Last thing before we get out of here, you guys, I don't want to say for the first time, because you've been recruiting nationally and that's what Colorado has to do, but you go down the list, you've got Colorado, obviously, California, hard, great schools, great conferences, Texas, some of the best high schools in Texas, kids coming to the University of Colorado. You've got Georgia commits, Louisiana commits, Florida commits. You guys went everywhere. How difficult is that, one? And two, how important is it for Colorado to have that national recruiting base?
We want to basically really rake and cover and blanket California, Colorado, Texas. We do in Arizona. Gary has a great job there in the Phoenix area. There's a lot of players. And then after that, with our recruiting system that we have, we've been able to find guys that are interested in Colorado. You don't want to just go and start recruiting guys and wasting your time when you want to make sure they're interested in Colorado, want to come play in the Pac-12. And so, Adam Toyama, Brad Forsyth, all the people that help us in recruiting do just a phenomenal job. And so with that recruiting arm, the way it is, it's set up just like an NFL recruiting office, period. And our boards and all that we do has helped us evaluate quicker, has helped us get in contact with players quicker, and then has helped us kind of branch out. And when we do that, then we're able to have legitimate contact with those people, get to know them, the players, and be able to get them here. So our main camp area is those areas, but then we can branch out and be able to we're not just plucking guys, we're getting real guys, and that's the main difference.
When can we see the Buffs again? Tell us when details about spring.
We start spring February 22nd on Wednesday, and then our spring game is going to be March 18th. That's a week before spring break. Our guys are working out hard right now. It basically gives us 6 weeks before we start spring practice. Then we'll practice hard and lift during that, and then they'll have a good 6 or 7 weeks after spring break to keep lifting. And so we're excited about what's going on, and we're going to have another good football team. And, we didn't finish where we want to, and our goal is to make sure we win that Pac-12 championship game, and then we see what happens from there.